When Eric steps out of the building, he finds out his phone already does not work. The company turned it off right away. Then he sees Sarah Robertson, who is the top boss of risk management. Eric gets very angry and says rude things to her for firing him and putting him in this bad situation. It all started in the morning. Eric Dale, who had been working at a big investment bank for 19 years, was among the many staff members who were laid off. A shock not only to Eric, but also to most of the staff. He was the head of risk management, but the company let him go in order to keep some younger employees instead. Before Eric left, he tried to warn them about a model he had been building that might be very important, but nobody listened. As he packed up all his things from his desk and got ready to leave, a man named Will Emerson walked in. Will was the boss of credit trading, and he was not getting fired. Will said he felt sorry for Eric, but that did not help much. Eric asked him who made the choice to fire him, and Will told him it was Sarah. That news made Eric feel even worse. Eric tried again to make Will look at the model he built, but Will said no. He told Eric that the model was no longer his problem anymore. Later, as Eric walked out of the office, he saw Peter Sullivan and Seth Bregman, who used to work under him. They were both still keeping their jobs. Peter told Eric thank you for teaching him so much. Eric saw a chance and gave Peter a small pen drive with the model inside it. He told Peter to be very careful with it, and then left. Meanwhile, Sam Rogers, the man who leads the trading floor, is feeling very upset too. He got a call from his vet who says his dog is very sick with a tumor and might die. Will checks on Sam and tells him that 80% of the people who got fired have already gone home. Sam then goes to talk to the 33 people still left. He gives them a small speech and tries to cheer them up, saying this is a good chance for them to grow and become better. When night comes, almost all the workers go out to party because they are happy to still have jobs. But two people do not go. Sam goes to see his sick dog, and Peter stays behind in the office. Peter wants to look at the model Eric gave him. The model is not finished, but Peter is smart and works hard to finish it. What he finds is very scary. He tries to call Eric, but the phone does not work, so he calls Seth instead. He tells Seth to bring Will back fast because something bad is happening. When Will and Seth come back, Peter shows them what he found. The numbers show that mortgage-backed securities are going over their safe limits. The company is holding too much risky debt, and this might cause the whole company to go broke. Will knows this is serious, so he tries to call Eric at home, but Eric's wife says Eric has not come back yet. Will thinks he might know where Eric is, and gives Peter and Seth the address of Eric's favorite bar. He tells them to find Eric and bring him back fast. Meanwhile, Will call his boss. Sam is not happy when he finds out he has to come back to the office at 11 at night, but he comes anyway because they say it is very urgent. When he sees the numbers on the computer, he is shocked. The numbers show the company might be in big trouble soon. Sam tells Will to get Peter back to the office right away. While all this is happening, Peter and Seth are sitting at a bar. They gave up trying to find Eric and started drinking and watching dancers instead. But when Will calls them, they go back to the office quickly. When they arrive, they are taken to a very important meeting. Sarah, Jared Cohen, and some other top bosses are all there. Before they listen to Peter, they first ask questions to make sure he knows what he is doing. Once they believe him, Sarah tells Jared that even though they will go over the files again, she can already see the numbers are correct. It is now 2 o'clock in the morning and Jared starts to panic. He asks Sam how fast his workers can sell off all the bad stuff they have. Sam tells him it might take many weeks and that doing it would hurt the company's good name. Sarah agrees and says her team would also need a lot of time to figure out how much the company's assets are worth right now. The big bosses inside the company start having a very hard and confusing talk. Because of that, Will, Peter, and Seth are asked to go outside the room and wait. Inside, Jared says they should sell everything quickly, but Sam thinks that is a very bad idea. Sarah steps in and tells Jared to wait at least 45 minutes so she can carefully check all the numbers and facts before he does anything fast that might go wrong. Since they all know this problem is really big and not easy to fix, Jared decides to call the CEO of the company for help. While they wait, Will, Peter, and Seth go up to the roof of the building to smoke and relax for a bit. They make some silly jokes about jumping off the building, even though they don't really mean it. Then Will says everything is a mess right now, but the higher-up bosses will still save the company somehow. He says these people always figure out a way to keep making money, even if regular people end up getting hurt. Just then, a loud noise interrupts them. A big helicopter shows up. It needs the most powerful people to arrive. Back in the office, Sarah goes to talk to Jared. She tells him that the numbers in the model are all true and correct. Jared gets upset and blames her, saying it was her fault for not trusting Eric more before he got fired. After that, they all begin to get ready for another meeting. Before the meeting starts, Jared gives some advice to the workers who are not bosses. He tells them things are going to get really bad soon, so they must always tell the truth and not try to make anything sound better than it really is. The next meeting is run by the top boss, the CEO, whose name is John Told. They have also brought in all the people who own shares in the company, even though it's the middle of the night. Peter tells them again what the big problem is. Jared says the best answer is to sell everything right now. Sam agrees that this plan is possible, but also explains that they will be lying and selling worthless things. When people find out the truth later, the company's name will be ruined, and no one will ever trust or buy from them again. This could even hurt the stock market for many years. But the CEO, John, does not really care about that. He only wants the company to stay alive. It's already 5 in the morning, so John tells everyone to take 1 hour to rest. He also says they must find Eric before starting their big plan. After that, John talks to Sam alone and asks him to help support the plan. But Sam still feels unsure and doesn't give a clear answer. Later on, Jared and Sarah have a talk by themselves too. Sarah tells Jared not to trick her with any of his sneaky plans, or she will make sure he gets in trouble along with her. Then the phone rings. It's Eric's wife. She tells someone at the office that Eric finally came back home, but he doesn't want to talk to anyone. Sam decides to send Will and Seth to go get Eric, but he warns them not to tell John's people. If they do, Eric might run away and not come with them. While that happens, John walks into Sarah's office. He tells her that she will be the one who takes the blame for all the risky choices the company made. He also tells her she must quit after the company sells everything. Sarah reminds him that she did try to warn him and Jared about this before, but they did not listen. John says it doesn't matter anymore. He also says she will get a big payment, so she should not fight back. In the parking garage, Will and Seth are waiting for their car. Jared comes over to talk to them. He says he and John are worried that Sam might not go along with their plan. Jared wants to know if Will will take Sam's place if needed.
No, it hasn't.
But Will doesn't answer clearly. He just says that Sam will probably do what is right in the end.
Oh, I know he will.
Soon after, Will and Seth arrive at Eric's house. Will tries to explain everything that is happening. He asks Eric to come back and help just for 1 day, but Eric says no. Then a black car shows up. It's from John's people. They are not going to let Eric walk away so easily. Will leaves and lets Eric talk to them, but before he goes, he warns Eric one last time. If Eric does not take the deal, the company will fight him over the money they promised him.
Who the fuck knows?
On the way back to the office, Seth looks worried and asks Will if he is going to lose his job too. Will says yes, he probably will. Seth says at least he saved some money and can live off it for a few months. But he is more worried about what will happen to regular people when everything falls apart. Will tells him to stop thinking that way. He says that if you want to work in this business, you cannot care about normal people. He says normal people always hate them when things go wrong, but they live happily the rest of the time because of the company's work. Back at the office building, the big boss John walks up to Sam and offers him a lot of money to try and get him to agree with the plan. But Sam tells him no, because he cares more about the future of the company than about getting rich. Later, Peter comes to talk to Sam too. He's nervous and wants to know if he's going to be fired soon. Sam tells him the truth. Yes, he probably will. Sam also says that he might lose his own job too, because when something this big happens, no one is safe anymore. Peter also asks if what they're doing is really the right thing, but neither of them really knows for sure. They don't know who it's really helping. In another part of the office, Seth is hiding in the bathroom, crying to himself. He's very scared because he doesn't know what's going to happen next. Jared walks into the bathroom and Seth tells him he's afraid about losing his job and his health benefits. But Jared doesn't seem to care at all. He just acts cold and walks away without saying anything helpful. Somewhere else, Eric, who was fired before, is very worried about his money and health insurance too. He finally agrees to come back to the company for just 1 day, even though he doesn't really want to. Eric meets with Sarah, and she tells him she is sorry about everything. She says she really did warn Jared and John about his model weeks ago, but they didn't listen to her. Soon after their talk, the company starts putting their big plan into action. Sam, with Jared watching closely, stands in front of his team and explains what they have to do. He tells everyone that they must sell all of their bad stuff before the day ends. He says this job could cost them their careers and even their names in the business, but the company will pay a very big bonus to make it worth their while. If each trader sells 93% of their own stuff, they get $1.4 million. If the whole team sells 93% of everything together, they each get another $1.3 million. Sam also tells them that he is really sorry they have to do this. He says that even though this is really hard, he is proud of all of them. He says he has worked in this company for 34 years, and nothing like this has ever happened before. He wants them to know they have done something important with their skills. Right after the meeting, the traders get busy and start calling people to sell what they can. They sell to anyone who's willing to buy. But soon, people start to wonder why everything is being sold so fast. The company has to sell things at a big loss, but at least they managed to get rid of most of the bad stuff they had. Jared walks up to Sam later and thanks him for doing such a good job. He also tells Sam that the selling went so well that the top bosses have decided Sam can keep his job. But this makes Sam very angry. He gets up quickly and goes to see John, who is just sitting and calmly eating lunch like nothing big is happening. Sam tells John he wants out. He wants his money and to leave the company for good. But John tells him no, he still needs Sam to stay for another 24 months. After that, he will let him go. Sam is not happy about this and says this doesn't make him feel any better. But John laughs at Sam's feelings. He says money is just paper and not even real. He says this company has always done shady things, but Sam just didn't want to believe it. Even though he doesn't want to, Sam agrees to stay. But he tells John it's only because he needs the money, not because he agrees with anything John believes. John thanks him and tells him something else too. Peter is not only keeping his job, he's getting a new better position too. Later that evening, Sam goes back to the house where he used to live. He goes to the front yard and starts digging to bury his dog, who had to be put to sleep earlier. His old house is still there, and his ex-wife comes out when she sees someone digging. At first, she doesn't recognize him and almost calls the police. But then she sees that it's Sam. She reminds him that he doesn't live there anymore, but Sam says his dog belongs here. She understands and lets him stay. Before going back into the house, she tells Sam that their son's company also lost a lot of money, but at least they didn't go bankrupt like many others. This intriguing movie is called Margin Call, and I highly recommend it with a 5-star rating. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more of this video in your timeline. Until the next recap, take care.